This one's better.
Yeah.
Make the sandwich at home. Have the best sandwich of your freaking life. So, this is maybe the most excited I've ever been for a video because I'm going to show you how to make the Langer's number 19 at home. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the number 19, it is an iconic hot pastrami sandwich from a place called Langer's. It's in MacArthur Park. I go there a lot. It's like an incredible old school Jewish deli. And it's hot pastrami in between 2 slices of rye bread with Russian dressing, coleslaw, and Swiss. But the thing about the sandwich is there are a few things that make it more delicious than the sum of its parts. And so what I'm gonna try and do is engineer that sandwich at home today so that you guys can make it even if you don't live in LA. So I just picked this up from Langer's. We're gonna take a look at it and kind of look at the architecture of this sandwich before we build it ourselves. Ugh, it's so soft and tender. It's, okay, here she is. It's so beautiful. So running through it, we've got rye on the outside, Russian dressing on both sides, and then we have like a half a pound of pastrami, 2 slices of Swiss cheese, and a big layer of coleslaw. So I'm gonna keep this here for reference because we're gonna build something that hopefully looks and tastes very similar. Starting from the outside in, the bread. It comes on rye bread, but it's not just any rye bread. It's rye bread whose exterior crust is very crunchy and crackly, and interior crumb is really fluffy and soft. And so like when you get bread from the supermarket like I did here, this is just soft all around. This is like regular old rye sandwich bread. There's not really a definition between the crust and the crumb, and we're gonna hack this and turn it into a crispy, fluffy loaf of rye. So I have here a loaf of classic Jewish rye, and I have a baking sheet. And I have a sink with some water, and I'm gonna wet my hands, and I'm going to just gently rub the outsides of this loaf. What we're gonna do is bake this for like 10 minutes at 350. There's the hot pastrami. What's cool about the pastrami there is that this pastrami is so tender that even when it's thickly cut, it melts in your mouth. The other thing that they do is they steam it to warm it so that the fat kind of melds and loosens up, and so it doesn't dry out as it's warming. We're also gonna hack that later on. So I have it here in a small baking sheet. Just cover this with foil and throw it in a super low oven. So the oven's at 200, and just let it really gently steam in the oven to warm through. The reason that we cover it is so that it doesn't dry out. Okay, let's start by making the coleslaw so we can let it sit for a little while. This is as simple as coleslaw gets. And I think that the reason that it's simple is that we're trying to let the hot pastrami really shine here. So we're not gonna overthink this coleslaw too much. We're going to grate this. I'm grating this on the longer side of the cheese grater. Okay, that feels like plenty. All right, so I'm grating a carrot. Yum, 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 yum. So I'm gonna add a splash of distilled white vinegar here. A little bit of sugar. Coleslaw often has sugar in it for sweetness. This is a really savory sandwich. And then quite a bit of mayonnaise. I feel like a pair of tongs would be good here. So they use sour cream in their coleslaw, as I've learned through some research. So I'm gonna put a couple dollops. It's mostly mayonnaise, a little bit of sour cream. And then this cabbage as it sits is gonna like leach out some liquid, so it's gonna get saucier, and c'est classique. Let me take a nibble of this one and make sure we're on track. Pretty close. Oh, come on, someone throw me a bone here. Why is this sandwich getting so stressful? Oh, we're good. Oh, we are good. Russian dressing is mayonnaise, pickle relish, a little bit of ketchup, a little bit of buttermilk. Could also use sour cream. I'm just trying to stay true to the classic here. Okay, so there's our Russian D. Okay, let's check on the bread here because I just pulled it out of the oven. And you can see that the top slice is really crispy. That's not what we're looking for. We don't want toasted rye. This one gets sacrificed for what's underneath, which is these really nice, I wish that you guys could touch these, but you can't, fluffy, steamy, hot, but crispy. Crispy on the outside, fluffy, light on the inside. That's what's happening here. Langer's brings bread in, and that's already been baked, and then they rebake it before they slice it, and so this is the at-home kind of hack. You're also gonna sacrifice the bottom slice. And that's just part of creating the perfect sandwich. You can eat this, it's just not going on, not on my Langer's number 19. Assembly line, we're gonna make 2 sandwiches. Generous Russian dressing. We're going heavy on the pastrami here. Langer's puts like 7 ounces, which is almost half a pound. Okay, here comes our layer. 2 slices of Swiss, not a slice more, not a slice less. And then our slaw, and I'm draining it because I don't want it to be too wet. That is it. We close, we slice. Okay, ready for big reveal?
Wow.
We really did kind of nail that. Langer's, maybe a little less slaw? Yeah!
Did you nail it or what?
I'm so excited about it. Hi, Mihar, how are you? Everybody's here for number 19. I kind of want you to blind taste them.
Okay.
You don't know which one you're getting.
No, I don't.
That's amazing.
Oh,
Sit with it.
that's not Langer's. It just doesn't have the it factor. Am I right?
Close your eyes.
Well,
This is a
it's over
blind
now.
taste.
Oh.
No, you have to taste the other one.
I mean,
You
it's
don't-
night and day.
Which one's that one?
That's Langer's.
Yes!
What?
That's my sandwich!
Well, what happened?
I made it better!
It was better.
I'll see myself out.
You try.
You want more?
I'm good for now. That was awesome though. Like the juiciness was insane.
It's juicy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's a whoa sandwich. Man. This is not good. We just need enough to make one sandwich here. What a lovely noise.